They should fit you. I wore them when I was pregnant. What is one thing you should never say to a woman? Smile. There is a guy at work who says this to me all the time when I walk by his desk. I know he means well, but it makes me so uncomfortable. He always says, "Hey, where's that smile? Oh, there it is. Have a good day." What is for dinner? My husband came home early from a business trip and texted I should be home about 5. What's for dinner? You think we make dinner when you're gone? It's just me and the 16-year-old. I feed her Culvers and I eat apples and cheese. When are you due? If you have no clue if the woman is pregnant or not. If it's coming from another woman. Do you want these clothes? They should fit you. I wore them when I was pregnant. But if it's from a man, you're just like your mother. I don't like your style. I think you should change it. Most of my friends are alternative, and it's amazing how awful people will treat them just because some conservative doesn't like their eyebrows or something. Sorry, these clothes are for me and I didn't consider you being alive when I got dressed this morning. You were born male, therefore you are a man. Not something most women will have to hear, but still. I had just given birth to my daughter and returned to work when she was exactly a month old. I was working at a full-service salon and spa. I forgot what I was doing, but I raised my hands, causing my shirt to come up slightly. It exposed my stretch marks. An older woman, with no kids, loudly pointed out and said, "Oh my gosh. What are those?" Nothing felt worse because my daughter's father had also just left me for another woman. The easiest way to make a woman upset is to tell her to chill out. Telling me to chill out will definitely not fix the problem. Any negative comments about their body, or if you don't know them, any comments about their body at all. Any reference to our menstrual cycle is punishable by being immediately removed from the conversation. I don't mind people talking about menstrual cycles. I mean, it's a normal, natural part of being a woman, and so it's normal or natural for me to be able to talk about it to other people. Shall I get you some extra sanitary pads when I do the shopping? You look like you are running low, and I know the ones you like. Is fine. It's treating it like some sort of a disability that I find problematic. You are not like other girls. Not sure if this really counts, but it drives me nuts and happens at work with one of my female co-workers all the time. She asks a question about one of our auto procedures, surgical. I or one of our other female nurses perfectly answer the questions. She's also a nurse but never works on auto days, probably because she's inept, and she will still say, "I think I'll ask the boys, just to make sure." Gah. Makes me crazy. Don't assume someone doesn't know their field based on their gender. I used to work in fish stores and I was always the most knowledgeable person in the store given that it's my passion. The amount of guys that would come in and be like, "I need help, can you get one of the guys help me out," was unbelievable. Or the "you don't look like you'd be into fish or aquariums," or "oh really? You're the expert?" Ugh. Thankfully, my male co-workers were really cool, and if a customer double-checked my info with them, or ignored me to find a guy, they would always say, "Oh, I don't know anything about that, ask her, she's the expert," even if they did. I loved those guys. When I went to pay for gas today, some old geezer was staring at me in the gas station, still staring as I walked to my car, and staring when I got in my car. I had a simple outfit of leggings, a top, and sneakers. Nothing provocative. No one else was staring at me in public today. So creepy. I think that behavior is even worse than many of the common but cringeworthy things that men might say. Checking a girl out is one thing, but staring is creepy as all hell. Some guys either don't get that, or they don't care. I can handle cringy comments more easily than creepy staring. I'm considered quite conventionally attractive. I get lots of stares, guys making excuses to follow or get close to me, and unwarranted attempts to talk to me. I'm on the spectrum and socially anxious, so it makes me extremely uncomfortable. I don't even go out in public alone anymore. I read something along the lines of, at some company, there were some senior level engineers retiring. There was a whole speech prepared for all of them, detailing their achievements, except for the only female engineer. She was called beautiful and graceful instead. Just don't do that. I can't imagine giving my entire life to a company and being met with "Hey, you were pretty." At the end.
Somebody replied.
I once had an ex do something similar. I had just been told I hadn't gotten a job and his way of comforting me was by saying, "Well, you're still beautiful." I literally had to stop on the side of the road and ask him, "Would you say that to so-and-so, a female friend, after a failed interview?" And he said no. I said, "Right, my merit in my career and as a person has nothing to do with my looks. Thank you, but don't ever try and comfort me by saying something like that again." I work in a specialized field that requires a lot of education and knowledge, and I am the only expert in it when I am at work. The only compliment anyone ever gives me is based on my appearance, and I get introduced to people as the pretty girl. I put a lot of effort into my job, years of study, and more studying in most of my off time to stay on top. I barely put any effort into my appearance. I pride myself on being intelligent, academic, and good at what I do, but the first and last thing anyone notices about me is my appearance. It feels like such a slap in the face, and I legitimately hate being complimented by anyone now. When someone starts a sentence with, "I'm not anti-feminist or sexist, but," and then follows up by saying a statement that is 100% sexist. One of my co-workers does this constantly. Just shut up. If you're about to say something to a woman, or anyone for that matter, that you know will piss them off, don't say it. Pretty simple concept. Gets a boyfriend's. When are you moving in together? Moves in together. When are you getting married? Gets married. When are you having a kid? Has a kid. When are they getting a sibling? My fiancé doesn't do this, but I can't stand when men are crude about other women in front of their significant others. I don't mean, "Wow, you look nice," or "You look very pretty." I'm talking, "Damn, she is fine. Have you seen her chest? Or the butt on that girl?" I hate it. There are women that don't mind this, I just can't relate. My fiancé is not a words of affirmation person, but I am. Language like this is degrading to those women and to me. It makes me so uncomfortable. Are you pregnant? I gained 30 pounds this year due to a thyroid condition, and so many people asked me if I was pregnant. Gaining weight can be hard enough on a person's self-esteem, don't make it worse. Also, it's none of your business. I hate being told how young I look for my age. I know it's meant to be a compliment, but it's a constant reminder that my young and pretty privilege is the only real power I get as a woman, and it's slowly ticking away. Are you here by yourself? I work at the front desk of a small office. A man came in to drop off some papers, and upon finding out the person the papers were for was already gone for the day, he lowered his voice and asked me that. So creepy. I told him no, other employees were there, and he left. Maybe he meant it in an innocent way, like a, "Why are you here if no one else is?" But you never say that. Just an FYI, telling us we shouldn't wear makeup, wigs, certain clothing, fake nails or lashes, etc. is a huge turn-off. Men need to stop doing it. It always implies that because men don't like it, we should consider not wearing them, as if we wear those things to impress men instead of because we like to. Thanks for making it to the end of the video, it makes me very happy to know that you enjoy watching my videos. Subscribe to make sure nobody says these things to you ever again, and let me know in the comments if there are any that were missed.